Hello mga students, this is our first ever video on accounting information system. Now, instead of giving a long video lecture, I decided to divide the lectures into short clips, no? Siguro mga 15 minutes to 20 minutes maximum or depende sa topic, no? Para at least mas manageable siya. Okay? Let's say for this first video lecture, we will only be talking about the information system overview. Pag-usapan natin ano bang ibig sabihin ng system bago tayo dumiretso sa accounting information system. Okay? So this is an overview. Now, as you will see here, basically, this is the summary. This is the visualization of my discussion for today, for this video lecture. The information environment. Figure 1-1, nakalagay po dito, internal and external flows of information. Alam po ninyo kasi, information is a business resource. Hindi lamang po yung pera, yung mga machineries, yung lahat ng mga alam natin na klase ng resources. Di ba, asset is an economic resource. At alam natin dyan yung cash and non-cash considerations or non-cash assets, di ba? Yun usually yung tinatawag natin or ina-identify natin na resource. However, information is also a business resource because information is very relevant, very useful doon sa mga gumagamit ng information na yon. Now, because information is important, it is also important for us to know paano ba yung flow ng information sa isang organization. How are they related sa iba't ibang levels of the organization? Okay? Kaya po makikita ninyo itong ating triangle dito or pyramid, no? Wherein sinubdivide ito into 4 because the top portion represents the management, the top management. Yung sumunod sa kanya is the middle management, followed by the operations management, and then sa bottom line we have the operations personnel, yung mga day-to-day operations. Okay? These are your rank and file employees. Kasi ito operations management, no? The lower management. So meaning to say, from operations management up to the top, they are management, no? Etong nandirito sa baba, they are the rank and file. Now, information flow either horizontal, pag sinabi nating horizontal, pahiga, or kaya naman vertical. Now, yung vertical, maaring upward yan, pataas, o kaya naman downward, pababa. Meron din po na yung information may flow from within to without, no? Mula sa loob papunta sa labas, ang tawag po natin dyan ay outward. Kaya po dito sa ating illustration, makikita ninyo yung mga arrows dito represent the flow of information. Okay? O, halimbawa, dito sa pinakababa, doon sa operations personnel, no? Horizontal po yung information because the information that pertains to the day-to-day operations flow horizontal because the information is needed by the operations personnel, no, para sa paggagawa ng kanilang mga trabaho. Kung ano man yung parte, ano man yung kanilang job descriptions. Now, the information will be needed, no, by the top management, but it will flow from one management to another. Meron tayong hierarchy kasi. Hindi pwede na lalagpasan natin, i-skip natin yung operations management, lalagpasan natin yung middle management, at from the employee report diretso doon sa presidente or sa CEO or kung sino man pong chief executive ito, na nandirito sa taas. May flow yan na pinagdaraanan, may hierarchy, no? Kasi may mga reasons kung bakit meron tayong organizational structure. kung bakit meron tayong supervisor, kung bakit meron tayong manager, at iba pang mga designation sa office or sa field. Okay? Now, the information that is flown upwards, no, pataas, which is a vertical information flow, these are usually performance information. O let's say sa isang production setting, o kumusta, nakailan tayong na-produce ngayon. Of course, from the level ng operations, syempre sino ba yung mga nandiyan sa operations management, which is nandito sa second level. E di yung mga production managers, no? Yung nag-oversee ng operation and which are directly in charge doon sa mga ginagawa, no? Sila yung pinaka-boss ng mga tao, ano? And of course, eto naman kasing mga, let's say, etong mga production managers, meron yang nire-report. Okay? May reporting to duty, kanino ba yan, no? Meron pang level which meron pang mga positions which is or which are higher than their designation, no? So they are middle management. Okay? Now, kunwari the vice president for operations, kunwari, no? They may be considered as your middle management. And the last round, last location, last venue of information will be the top management. Because etong top management, these are the board of directors, yung mga decision-making bodies. Although they have decision-making capabilities, pero yung ultimate is yung top management. Because etong nasa top, sila yung nagmamando. No, sila yung nagbibigay ng mga policies, sila yung nagbibigay or nag-uutos kung paano ba yung takbo ng organisasyon. So they are the top management. Now, if you will see here, meron po akong nilagay kasi dito para guided tayo. Para saan ba nila kailangan yung mga information? At bakit may flow yung information? For the operations management, they need that information para sa kanilang day-to-day operations, in controlling the day-to-day operations. Yung mga operations personnel kasi, sila yung gumagawa. Yung nagmamando sa kanila is the operations management. No? Pagdating sa middle management, kinakailangan nila yan for short-term planning and activities coordination. Okay? Pagdating naman sa top management, ang pinakakailangan nila sa information is for long-term planning and setting the organizational objective. Hindi na po pang specific doon sa production ang kanilang pinagdedesisyonan because they also use the other information that they get from other departments, from other functions of the organization for long-term planning and decision-making, not to set the organizational objectives. Okay, strategic planning po ito. Okay? Now, makikita po ninyo dito yung arrow down which is a vertical downward, they provide information papunta sa baba for what? Yung usually ito ay mga instructions. O nakita namin yung mga figures, ito yung gawin niya. Okay, taga-mando nga 'di ba? So kung merong minamanduhan, merong sumusunod at yung information na yan pababa ang flow. Okay? Now, the last one na nabanggit ko kanina sa information flow is outward. At yung example natin dito can be trading partners or stakeholders, no? Meron dito, hindi lang dinadagdag, customers also. So the information may go from within the organization outside the organization. Kasi let's say, customers, outside party ito, di ba? Bakit nila kailangan ng information from the organization? Kasi let's say, interested ka bumili. Ano bang binibenta? Ano bang pinuproduce nito? Okay? So kung halimbawa ang pinuproduce nito ay electronic bike, no? So interested yung customer malaman ano ba yung mga specs niyan? Magkano ba yan ibebenta sa market sa ngayon? So the information they can get from the organization. Okay, that is why information can also flow outward. Also for the suppliers, no? Usually yung mga suppliers, gusto kasi nilang malaman dyan, di ba? Mababayaran ba sila sa mga in order sa kanila na purchase on account. So usually, kailangan din nila ng mga financial statements at yung information na yon ay manggagaling sa loob ng organization papunta sa labas, di ba? The same goes with your stakeholders. Pag stakeholders, hindi po ito stockholders, hindi po ito necessarily yung may-ari ng company, yung mga stockholders natin or shareholders, no? It can be anybody that may be interested doon sa organization. Okay? They are considered as stakeholders. So this is the flow of organization, umiikot sa loob at pumapalabas. Okay? So that's the explanation. Now, ang mga users, okay, user groups, at yung user groups na ito, they may be within the organization or without or outside the organization, may mga iba't ibang pangangailangan yan. They have unique user requirements. Okay? Now, the level of details and the nature of information will really depend. Sino ba yung user na yon? Kasi kung ang user na yon ay nandito sa baba, let's say, etong ating lower management, yung ating mga operations manager, no? O yung kailangan nila na information, medyo detalyado. Kasi in charge sila sa day-to-day operations. They needed more information as much as possible. Pero once the information is fed at the top, paakyat, mas nagiging summarized na yan. More of overall performance. Kasi nga, di ba, kagaya ng example ko kanina, etong top management, they may be using hindi lamang po yung information from the operations, pati na rin yung ibang departments, no? So hindi lamang from one department, kung hindi from the other. So imagine masyadong madami yung information. Kaya nga meron tayong operations management. Kaya meron tayong middle management para nafi-filter na lang ano ba ang kailangan ng management. Kasi this is for decision making, hindi lamang para sa specific na department na yon, kung hindi pangkabuuan, para sa kabuuan ng organization. So medyo summarize na. From pagdating sa pinaka-top, the most summarized information that talks about the overall performance. Kasi pipick upin naman din nila yung output from the other organization's functions, other arms of the organization. Okay? So that's the information flow, internal and external. Now, let's talk about the system naman. Pinag-usapan natin yung information. Sa ngayon naman, pag-usapan natin yung system. Now, when we talk of a system, ang sabi dito, this is a group of two or more interrelated components or subsystems that serve a common purpose. Group of two or more na components, pero hindi po yan independent, no? They are interrelated. Ibig sabihin, although they are separate, but they function, they work in unison, no? Merong relationship sila. And they serve a common purpose. Now, a system can either be a natural or an artificial. Pag natural, likas yan, no? Pag artificial, gawa ng tao. Ang example natin dito, etong ating visual, this is a city. And a city is a man-made system. Meron tayo ditong ecosystem, no? And an ecosystem is natural. We have the planetary system, di ba? The solar system. And ano ba yon, di ba? Group of planets, asteroids, stars, no? Kung ano-ano pa mang mga tawag nito, planetary objects. Okay, now, when we talk of this definition ng system, we can also define the components or the factors para natin masabi ano ba yung system. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na multiple components and then the second one is the relatedness and purpose. Puntahan muna natin yung multiple components. Kasi pag sinabing multiple components, a system is classified as such when there are multiple components, hindi lang isa. Okay, maraming components yan. Okay? And Yun nga, no? Because marami yung components, there are multiple components, each component relates and shares the same purpose, a common goal, kumbaga. May relatedness, no? And may purpose. Okay. Now, consider this one. Okay. Assume natin na itong isang picture na ito ay system. I-define natin or i-distinguish natin anong ibig sabihin ng system versus a subsystem. Alam po ninyo kasi, yung system versus a subsystem is a matter of perspective. Ibig sabihin, o depende kung saan tayo nakatingin, ano yung tinitignan natin. Because a subsystem is a system in itself, except nga lang na itong subsystem na ito is a component of a bigger system. Halimbawa, 'di ba, the Earth is part of a solar system. Pero within the Earth marami pang mga so mako-consider natin na si Earth is a subsystem. Pero bakit siya subsystem or bakit natin sinasabi na the distinction is a matter of perspective? Kasi the Earth in itself is also a system and comprised of multiple components that serve its purpose. Halimbawa, dito sa ating example, kung ito yung buong system natin, pag tinignan natin yung specific na part dito, let's say itong ecology or our ecosystem, that is a system of its own. But this is also part of a bigger system. Okay? So, tandaan ninyo, a subsystem is a system, but kaya siya naging sub because it formed parts of a bigger system. Okay, pero system niyan, meron pa yung multiple components and they serve its really its purpose then on its own. Okay. Sa system, meron po tayong tinatawag na system decomposition and system interdependency. Pag sinabi nating system decomposition, we divide the system into a smaller subsystem to conveniently represent, view, and understand the relationship among subsystems. So, dinidivide natin into smaller chunks, para mas maintindihan natin. Okay? Ma-represent, ma-view yung relationship among the subsystems. Okay? So, pinapaliit natin para mas higit natin itong maintindihan. Parang sa lang yan, parang ganito lang yan class, sa inyong sa inyong course, either BSA or BSMA or BSAIS or kung ano man yung kurso ninyo, you don't look at the bigger picture. Although we look at the bigger picture, yung buong curriculum ninyo, pero we take it one at a time. We enroll per subject, So tinitignan natin, ina-appreciate natin, pinapasa natin yung kada subject, para mas madali natin itong ma-understand, ma-comprehend, Kasi kung titignan natin yung kabuuan, ang hirap naman ito, Ang hirap i-appreciate. Bakit kailangan ko itong gawin lahat, i-enroll lahat, kaya ko ba ito? Pero when we take it one at a time, 'di ba, nakakayanan naman natin. So that is system decomposition. So we divide the system into smaller chunks, smaller subsystem para mas madali natin itong maintindihan. Ang system interdependency, 'di ba, dinivide natin into smaller subsystems. Pero the system's ability to achieve its goal depends on the effective functioning and harmonious interaction of its subsystem. Bakit ba tayo merong financial accounting? Bakit ba tayo merong RFBT? Bakit ba tayo merong auditing subjects? Ba't ko to kailangan? Although individually tinitake natin ito, pero kinakailangan mo yan para makuha mo yung iyong degree na accountancy. At later on, pag nag-take ka ng CPA board exam, kung ikaw ay BSA student, makukuha mo yung certification. So, ganun po ito, they are interrelated, interdependent, pero they should function harmoniously to achieve a common goal, So, that is system interdependency. This one. Now, take a look at this example. If this is your information system, we can subclassify them into management information system or accounting information system. And the AIS can also be subdivided into different systems. Ganon din yung MIS. We can further subdivide into 4 different systems. Your FMS, your MS, your DS, your HRS, no? Ganun din sa accounting information system. Yung pagdi-divide natin dito, no, that is what we call system decomposition. At when we take a look at them individually, let's say dito for accounting information system, we have the general ledger financial reporting system. We have the transaction processing system. We have the management reporting system. Okay? Individually, ano, maiintindihan natin, aaralin natin yan, pero with with other systems, other subsystems. And that is what we call system interdependency. Okay? So I hope naintindihan po ninyo yan. Now, na-define na natin what is an information, what is a system. O, define na natin, information system. When we talk of an information system, which is this one at the top, it is a set of formal procedures by which data are collected, processed into information, and distributed to users. Now, dito papasok yung tinatawag natin na IPO model, no? The input, process, output. Okay? There is an input, and that input is being processed para magkaroon ng output. So, basically po, information processing cycle yan, and that information, and that system wherein the input, the data, that are being processed to provide the output, which now becomes your information, forms part of your information system. Hindi lamang yung information, kung hindi yung mga makinarya na ginagamit natin para ma-process ito, that is an information system. And an information system is a man-made example, example of a man-made system. Once again, when we talk of information system, formal procedures kung saan the data are collected, processed into information, at dinidistribute sa mga users. So, we have the data, we have the processes, we have the users, So, multiple components siya, which is man-made. Okay? Now, as part of our information system, we have this framework. Okay? As you can see in this figure 1.1-4, the transactions processed by the information system may either be financial or non-financial. O hindi lamang sorry. Hindi lamang po hindi lamang po financial transaction yung pinoprocess natin. Baka kasi sabihin ninyo, accounting information system processes only financial in nature the transactions. It can also process non-financial informations, or non-financial transactions. Because, please take note, although we are talking of accounting information system na subject, but we are talking of an information system framework. Okay? And the information system does not necessarily apply to accounting only. So that dito it can process financial and non-financial transactions. And the information system converts these transactions into information para magamit ng mga users for decision making. And this is the objective of financial reporting, di ba? If you go back to your basic financial accounting subject, what is the objective, di ba? To assist in the decision making. Okay? So hanggang dito muna po tayo sa ating first part nitong ating chapter on the information system, an accountant's perspective. Okay? Now, if you have any questions, please let me know and I'll be happy to assist. Until then, I'll see you on my next video lecture. This is Sir A. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.